So certainly a really common question with a lot of employers we work with, because it's restaurant and retail, but really applies to anyone who hires entry-level workers who maybe have a lot of high school students or minors. You often have some parents that are maybe a little overbearing and want to know a little bit maybe about what the kids are up to and when they're working and things like that. And specifically, we had a question come up as to whether, as a parent of an employee, if a parent texts the employer asking about someone's upcoming shifts, they want to see their schedule or something like that, are there any legal confidentiality concerns with sharing that? Is the employer are they able to share that information? And what should the employer generally do if a parent is coming to them asking for that information?
It's a great question, actually. And it takes a lot to unpack, because a parent is often a guardian, and often they should be allowed to know this information. But increasingly, there are a lot of parents who don't live together anymore. And there are a lot of high school students who no longer live with their parents, or who don't live with one parent, but live with another. The solution to knowing who you should give information to is do it only with the emergency contact of that person, and have a check mark under there to get approval from or consent from that employee that you can actually divulge information about one of the employees that are there, or themselves. Without that, it's actually extremely dangerous to give information to anybody about when someone's supposed to be working or not. And from a safety concern, you could just appreciate how, for example, two parents who are divorced, a young daughter doesn't have maybe a relationship with her dad, and he's calling to see when she's supposed to be working as a server. That could be a dangerous situation for the employee. And I wouldn't want any of my clients, employers, to be in that position that they have essentially breached privacy. And that, more than just breaching privacy, that led to essentially the demise of someone, or someone getting hurt because of you saying too much. So the only way I'd do it is I'd get a checkbox or check mark to confirm that the contact information of the person who is of the employee, that's the person that we'll reach out to. And that's the only person who can actually ask, about your schedule. And anything more than that should not be given. If you do not have the consent of employees to divulge information, then what you'd need to do is have a form that these employees can fill to tell us who it is that they would want to be able to give information, or they'd have to call or send an email saying, I authorize you to give information to X, but we also need to confirm that the email that we're getting is authentic and it is from the very employee themselves. So I would rather not give information to a parent who turns out to be a dangerous parent, as opposed to risking it and letting someone have information that should not be in front of them.